Is, of course, your local election headquarters. It's a big day as you head to the polls and have your say there. Local, state, and federal positions are up for grabs, including control of both chambers of Congress. 7 News' Christine Scarpelli. She's live at Springwell Church and Taylor's with what election leaders there want you to know today. Christine?
Good morning. Yeah, spoke to them yesterday. They say expecting huge lines. In fact, a couple just pulled in, getting ready extra early today, making sure they are ready despite the chance of any issues, whether that be with polling machines. Some election officials say there have been in the past, but they're ready today. It's going to depend on whether people get out in this rain and go to vote. Absentee and early voting, huge numbers, election officials say they're seeing across the state already. Locally, we've checked with Anderson, Spartanburg, and Greenville counties. In Spartanburg, of course, officials say they've had issues with the screens in the past. Some people not quite sure how to use those screens. Looking forward to trying to diagnose some of those issues today, but really a smooth day. Hoping if there are big crowds in Anderson, election officials say bring chairs, bring rain gear, and expect long lines. They've done everything they can to make voting smoothly. Over in Greenville, there are a couple of polling places that have changed. You will receive a notification in the mail, you already have by now, that your polling place has changed. It's about 6, so not too terribly many. One example, Travelers Rest City Hall. The City Hall has moved, but where you voted in the past for primaries, vote there. You can go online, check Greenville County to see if your polling place has changed. A couple other concerns in Greenville. Let's go ahead and take a listen.
If we lose power in some polling places, the batteries in the machine itself will operate for about 3.5 hours on a battery charge.
Good to know. Okay, remember, if you're headed out today, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., if you're in line at 7 p.m., they will let you vote. And remember, bring that ID, either a driver's license, a passport, military ID, voter registration card works as well. We will continue to keep you posted here in Taylor's. Everything quiet right now, but 7 a.m. is approaching. We'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, Christine. Several statewide races on the ballot in South Carolina, but none is bigger than the one for governor.
Yeah, Republican incumbent Henry McMaster faces Democrat James Smith.
Both candidates have been very active campaigning across the state with 2 debates, each candidate giving their platform and ideas, both hoping to be South Carolina's governor, but they differ on who has the better ideas for the state.
Governor McMaster has been campaigning on the economy and how many jobs he's brought to South Carolina. He says the state's unemployment is at its lowest in 15 years. Meanwhile, James Smith wants to expand health care for the people of South Carolina. He says this will be his first duty if he's elected governor. We'll hear from both candidates in our next half hour.
Well, many voters in the upstate will pick a new congressman today. The 4th congressional district seat held by Trey Gowdy will have a new representative. 3 candidates are on the ballot: Democrat Brandon Brown, Republican William Timmons, and independent candidate Guy Fury. The 4th district covers Spartanburg and Greenville counties. Again, there is Brown and Timmons and also Guy Fury. Those are the candidates in District 4.
A congressional race to represent folks on the South Carolina coast could help determine who controls the U.S. House. Republican Katie Arrington is running against Democratic Joe Cunningham in South Carolina's 1st congressional district. No Democrat has held that seat since 1981. But experts think this race is a toss-up today. Arrington and Cunningham made their final pushes yesterday.
This isn't about just one person. This is a president who is about this country, putting us first. And he needs people that are going to support him doing that.
Nothing is getting done up in Washington, D.C. because people can't work together. You can't get bipartisan support on anything.
Arrington defeated incumbent Republican Mark Sanford in the primary.
And voters in South Carolina will also have a say about who chooses the next superintendent of education. Right now, voters decide who's in charge of the state schools, but a proposal would give that responsibility to the governor. Now, if that amendment passes and is added to the state constitution, the change would begin in 2023. Right now, Molly Spearman is the current superintendent. She's running unopposed today. And we're also following 2 congressional races in western North Carolina. In the 10th district, which covers Asheville, Columbus, and Rutherfordton, incumbent Republican Patrick McHenry faces Democrat David Wilson Brown. And in North Carolina's 11th district, incumbent Republican Mark Meadows is being challenged by Democrat Philip Price and Libertarian Clifton Ingram Jr. That district covers Hendersonville, Brevard, and the western end of the state.
And a reminder, in South Carolina and Georgia, the polls are open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. In North Carolina, they open at 6:30, so just in about 24 minutes, and close tonight at 7:30.
Be sure to bring your photo ID to your correct precinct in South Carolina and Georgia. We'll have complete coverage all day long on 7 News and on WSPA.com.